much to it. Hey, good morning, guys. I'm Captain Lee. That's Brandon. This is Walking Water. Whale Pakaya. I don't know, y'all figure out how to pronounce it. I can't. I'm a Polk County redneck. So I haven't been on water. I haven't been on this water in 2 years. We got an Outcast Bass Club tournament coming up here in a few months, and Brandon lives on the left coast or the right coast, and so this was a good meeting spot for us, and we're out here just kicking around trying to find some fish. More of a here's how you fish Florida, because he's in the same position I was in 20-something years ago, where he can catch fish in other states, but came to Florida and is struggling. I'm sure all of y'all can relate, even though you may not admit it. I still struggle, but we're going to be going through some basics, so stick around. Y'all watch us catch some fish, even though I may be. All right, so what we're going to do is we're starting here in, well, this one says we're in 152 feet of water. I think that's off a little bit.
Probably a little bit.
We're in about 8.5 feet of water. I do see some fish on the bottom, and then there's suspended fish at 4 feet. So you're throwing that chatterbait, so that'd be a fairly steady retrieve and just pop it every once in a while.
Yeah.
And just we're gonna work in towards the creek, all the way in dirt shallow. So be ready to switch out to your worm.
Cool.
And then fish around these pads, and we'll come back out and see if we can't find where these schooling fish are. They may not be schooling right now, but we can at least find them.
Yeah.
So when the major feed comes on here in a couple of hours, we'll know where they are. So y'all stick around, we're gonna fish. Started. I'm a horrible cameraman today. Let's try that again. So here's what we're doing. We started, I don't know, about 60 yards that way in 9 feet of water. We're now in 2 feet of water. It's a very hard bottom. I can tell from my electronics. I'm getting a hard red read on the just 2D chirp, and I'm getting a bright white on my advanced electronics. I did see some fish out there in the 8-foot range, a couple of small ones on the bottom, some other stuff, other fish that were suspended in about the 4 foot. And I was telling Brandon that most people position the boat on top of the fish they're trying to catch, because they don't understand that you don't always need to go right down the outside line. So what we're trying to figure out right now is we came in from 8, and we're going to go all the way to dirt shallow, throwing different baits, chatterbait, topwater, lizard, worm, and just to see if we can figure out what they're trying to eat today. We missed a minor feed early this morning. It was before daylight. We got a major feed starting at 10. Gator is out. He just popped up. So I was telling Brandon, he's not here because it's pretty. He's here because there's a buffet here. So we've got hard bottom, drops off over there. Creek comes in over here. Gator's feeding. I've seen fish. Now we just got to catch them. What's the problem? It's Brandon's fault. All right, so we are going to work up shallow now. I switched over to a lizard.
Okay.
If you've got a worm, once we get up to where you can't work that chatterbait through, take a worm and throw it up against that. See, there's almost a line that's formed by the thicker buggy whips. That's a good ambush point for the thug that we're looking for, the largemouth bass gang member. And then you got a great blue hair in there who is a meat eater. That's a good sign of bait.
I will say that's one thing, even as a kid, my dad taught me. Look for the birds. They're looking for the same bait fish the bass
They're
are.
better fishermen than you are.
Yeah, oh yeah.
But the stakes are a little higher too.
Yeah. That's also true.
They're a little more motivated than you are.
And they do it a little more frequently also.
Yeah. They get a lot of practice. Oops, there we go. First fish coming to the boat. Get him in here. There we go. On the Scuppernong 10-inch ribbon tail? 8-inch ribbon tail. 10-inch ribbon tail.
I think it's an old monster. Hey.
Oh, it's an old monster?
Yeah.
So, Brandon's on the board. And he was telling me how he struggles to catch fish. Doesn't look like it to me.
Somebody to put me in the right place, though.
Well, I'm supposed to.
That's not fun.
I am supposed to know what I'm doing. At least I look like it right now. All right, so we got one fish. We got another hit. I think these, I could see them. You guys know I'm running the Mega Live, and there's schools of them here, and they were running back and forth between the mouth of the creek and out to about 50 yards. But we're going to come back about 10 o'clock.
Okay.
So in the meantime, there are 5 brush piles out here, and I can see one of them marked. The FWC's got 5 out here. We're going to run, look at all 5 of them for 5 minutes with the electronics, fish a little bit, and see if we can figure out really what these fish are doing. Because I have a suspicion that I saw them out here in about 9 feet of water, suspended about 4 feet down. I think when we get out to these brush piles, which are in about 12 feet of water, we're going to find them again, but they're going to be suspended.
Okay.
So it's going to be jerkbait, chatterbait, maybe even some topwater. But we're going to go look and see. Y'all come with us. But see, now you got fish. Like, that's a group of fish right there. That's like 3 2-pounders that are swimming right there, and they're coming underneath the boat. So there are fish here. So let's there are some about 7 feet down,
yeah,
and some about 4 feet down. So see, there's a group of them right there. Those are about 2 pounds.
Oh, and they are moving. I see that.
You see them moving? And see,
yeah,
they were swimming away from the boat. Let's see if I can catch them again. Pick them up again. There they are.
So it's kind of like an ultrasound machine.
It's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
It's an ultrasound machine.
Yeah.
I mean, this is more like weather radar. Okay, so you get a 360 top-down view, right?
Yep.
And this is directed. So I know that 15 feet out is a group of suspended fish.
Mm-hmm.
Now, can we see these are moving around too? Like, this is structure here. This is the brush pile.
Yep. Because
it's not really moving. Now, sometimes you can actually see an individual fish
going in and out.
But again, I'm not fine-tuning electronics for the water temps and the clarity today.
Yeah.
But honestly, that's all I need to know. There are fish here. They are moving around. And, you know, I'm not going to try to sit here and catch this one that I see. I just know that this is a good spot to fish, and we're not going to waste our time.
Yep.
We may not catch one, but at least you can be a lot more patient knowing that they're here.
Yeah.
Instead of pulling up with the older electronics and going, I hope there's fish here.
Yeah.
There was fish here last time I was here. You know, so you save a lot of time either in guiding or in tournament fishing.
Yeah.
And that's all that's all the electronics do is save you time if you use them the way I use them.
Yeah.
So let's give this a shot.
Cool.
I would throw that big worm again.
Okay.
On the bottom and fish it slow. Remote job.
Remote job, yeah. I'm just trying to hone in some of the skills that I know I need.
There's a bite.
Yeah.
All right, we're sitting here talking. I'm on a slack line, smoking a cigarette, which bad habit.
Is that Cinco?
Nope. That was the Pippinator. The big trick one.
You want me to shoot you a picture of it?
Yeah. All right, so we're on the 3rd brush pile. First one we didn't really stop, we just graphed. Second one we stopped, saw some fish. This is my favorite one, 3 out of 5. Nice little chunky, he might go a pound maybe. So fish number 2. But I just tied on a 3/16 bullet weight, tungsten, fiber stop, 3/0 EWG hook, super line with a Pippinator and whatever that red apple, I don't even remember what it's called, but it's the red with the sparkles. And he apparently likes sparkles. So when we hit this spot, we did a big circle and there is brush on that side of the marker. But when we did a circle, this southeast side of the marker had some giant tilapia beds. And I thought I could see fish in the actual tilapia bed. In fact, I told Brandon that there were fish there. And so I re-rigged to the plum apple. I did remember the name. Big Pippinator, trick worm. And I was seriously on a slack line when that fish bit. But with a very sensitive FDX custom rod and some good braid and a tungsten weight, I felt it as soon as he tapped it. I mean, I didn't snatch. Just as soon as I felt the tap, I let him take it. But we're going to do another loop around these tilapia beds. Y'all stick around. But that's typically my jerkbait
Go-to.
formula.
Yeah.
But it's never a bad idea.
Yeah.
All right, we're on spot number, I don't know, I've lost count. This is maybe 4 or 5. We've got 2 so far. We're talking about fishing more than we're actually fishing, which I think is helping our fishing because the bite is really slow right now. The wind died on us. We got cloud cover. We're in between feeds, so we're fishing slow. And the spot I wanted to stop on had a boat on it already, so we came to my next spot, which is basically an unmarked brush pile. There's no buoy on it. You'd have to get the coordinates from FWC website, which is readily available, public information. And like Brandon and I were talking about, you have to do a little bit more work. It's not drive around till you find a buoy and fish it, but this one has a lot of something on it. There's a lot of fish out here. They're not grouped vertically like they would be if they were spec. I think it's a lot of small bass. So we're gonna give this a whirl and see if we can't catch something. So y'all stick around. Oh,
Take it from.
missed him. Already had it. He had about a tail. Strike one.
Don't you love when they do that?
I missed him, but I'm giving him another shot.
Starts needing replacing.
But it had been sloppy because if you come up for like years, there we go.
No.
Ah, strike 2.
These little bastards.
So I went over there and looked at him. I was like, all right, the price is still the same as any other boat, except you start getting upside down and looking underneath. And it's like, oh, there's a bite right there. That's a real bite. There we go.
That looks like a chunky.
I thought he was bigger than that. I think he thinks he's bigger than that. Come here. He's mad. Oh, you're having breakfast. Come
Still
here.
using that same color?
Fish number 3. This one will go 1.5 pounds. Maybe 2. Got him right in the tongue.
Ooh.
That's why he's mad.
Yeah.
Fish number 3. We are slowly but surely catching fish. All right. It is the 12th of November. And it's so hot out here that the camera quit. What you didn't see was Brandon breaking off what had to have been at least an 18-pounder.
Don't hurt my soul like that.
Oh, come on, man. If you're going to miss big. But anyway, we're back on the 3rd spot, 4th spot. Anyway, I've caught a couple fish here. The last one I caught was just over there about 10 yards. And Brandon just missed one over there. But we're giving this just a little bit longer because honestly, it's hot. And it's not supposed to be like this in November. So anyway, y'all stick around. Then I left there, went to a private engineering firm for 5 years. Oh, there's a bite. Yeah, you got it. That's a good fish.
Like you the man.
Stay down. Stay down.
Ooh.
I thought you were bigger than that.
That same color?
All right. Not one lick of wind blowing. It's like August hot out here.
That's for certain.
We came back to spot number 4. I want a picture of this one. Because this is where the most activity was that we had seen. Oh, dropped him. Even though it's not marked. So, and that's a keeper 3-pounder maybe. Well, that's it. 5 hours on the water. We did find 4 fish. 2 of the better ones came from this spot. Brandon, thank you for your service. 4 years on an aircraft carrier. No, thank you. But I'm glad you did it for me. Appreciate that. So, yeah, next time, yeah, we have a little more information. And Brandon's fishing off the East Coast, so this is not that far out of his range. So he's got a little bit more information about how to fish offshore. That was kind of what he wanted to learn today. And he got a little bit of an education in it. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. We will see you next time.